friends. So today we are going to discuss about how to capitalist economies solve their central problem. Central problem like what to produce, how to produce, for whom to produce, and what provisions should we make for the future economic growth and development. So in the previous video we started about the different kinds of economies: capitalist economy, socialist, mixed, and as this is the solution of capitalist economies problem. So let us take a gist. What is capitalist economy? As I already uh, uh, explained you all that what is capitalist economy. Economy is a predominant economy in which all means of production are owned and controlled by private individuals and for profit. Profit is the main focus of this capitalist economy, and there is no interference of government in the capitalist economy, managerial economic affairs, and capitalist economy, also known as laissez-faire and free market economy. So let's discuss how do capitalist economies solve their central problem. As capitalist economy is a economy which is totally depend on private individuals, there is no interference of government. So in capitalist economy there is no central planning authority to solve their economic problem. So let us take an example that consumers, producers, workers, or laborers. Consumers in this capitalist economy, consumer demand cars, okay, cars, and producers want to produce cloth, and the workers want to work in the furniture industry only. As this is the situation that consumers demand cars and producers want to produce only clothes and workers want to work only in furniture industry. So in this situation there is a situation of confusions where nothing is produced as thrice of these want different things. As consumers demand cars and producers want clothes and workers want to work in furniture industry, so there is a situation of confusion, and there is a chaos in the country's economy. So such an economy, all these central economic problems are solved by impersonal forces. Impersonal forces, which is market forces, or we can say price mechanism or market mechanism. Now, market forces, that means that is demand and supply. So these are some impersonal forces which are helpful to solve these central economic problems. All the problems and all the functioning is depend on market forces, which is demand and supply in the market. That what is the demand of the consumer and what is to be supplied to the consumer in the market. And price mechanism or market mechanism. Price and market mechanism is same. It is just a synonym of a price mechanism. So what is price mechanism? Price mechanism refer to the system where price to be determined by the market forces, which is demand and supply. By the help of demand and supply, we are able to determine what is the price of a commodity in the market, in the future and in the current situation. So this is price mechanism. By the help of market forces, price mechanism and market mechanism, we are going to decide that what to produce, how to produce, for whom to produce, and what provisions should be made for the future economic growth and development. So there are 4 points. So the central economic problems are four, which in which first is deciding what to produce. Okay, now what to produce? As we see that the capitalist economy is only focuses on profit motive, as the all entrepreneurs, all the private individuals, the main motive of these entrepreneurs is to earn more and more profits as possible. So because of these profits, because of these more and more profits, they all the businessmen, this cause all the businessmen that they compete with another producers or another individual, so that they can produce those goods, those consumer goods which the consumer want to buy. So let us take an example that consumer demand increase for car. Okay, consumer demand increase for car. So as the demand increase for car, then the price of car also increases. As the demand increases, then prices automatically eventually increases. Then the producer or the entrepreneur induces to produce more and more car, so that they can earn more and more profit. As the price of the car is rising, then the cost of produce a car remain constant. As the demand for car increases, so eventually the price also increases, but the cost of the production of one car is remain constant. Okay, then it will lead to more and more profits. Then what happens? Profit also increases. Okay, so what we started, that consumer demand for car increases, then price of the car also increases, but the cost of the production of car is remain constant, and it will lead to more profit. Then higher will be the profit, higher will be the production. So what is the main motive of capitalist economy? Is profit. So in this concept that what to produce, we have to produce according to the consumer preference. Let us take one more example. Consumer demand for clothes decreases. Then as the demand decreases, price also decreases. So it would be go down for profit. It means that profit also decreases. So as according to both of these example of car and cloth, consumer the producer will produce more car, less cloth, because car give him more profit and cloth give him less profit. As capitalist economy is only focused on profit, so they produce more car and less cloth. So according to this, what to produce, which gives them more profit. Now they produce only those goods whose demand is higher in the market and whose price is higher, so that they can earn more profits. Higher the demand, then the production of that good is also high and profits also high. So deciding what to produce, the question regarding what to produce is totally depends on consumer preference or spending for the goods and services that they wish to buy. So what is deciding what to produce? The question regarding deciding what to produce, it totally depends on the consumer preference or his spending for goods and services that they wish to buy. So this is deciding what to produce. Now the second point is deciding how to produce. As we studied in the problem, central economic problem of how to produce, that we have to choose one technique of production among the different kinds of technique of production, so that we can minimize our cost of production. So how to produce is the goods and services which the producer is going to be produced, they have to produce according to the technique which renders his cost of production at the minimum. Cost minimum. If producer think that labor is cheaper than capital, then they choose labor intensive technique. Now if labor is relatively cheaper than capital, then they choose labor intensive techniques, and if the labor is costlier than the capital, then they choose capital intensive techniques. So the question regarding deciding how to produce is totally depends on the relative price of factors of production, helps us to decide how to produce. So therefore the conclusion is relative price of factors of production helps to decide how to produce. Now this is deciding how to produce. It all totally depends on relative price of factors of production, which means labor intensive or capital intensives. It helps us to decide how to produce. Now the third is for whom to produce. In this deciding for whom to produce, goods and services in the capitalist economy are produced for the consumers who having the capacity of buying, who have the buying capacity. Buying capacity means that buying capacity also totally depends upon income. How much income is not only depend on the amount of work done by the individual, it also depends on price of factors that he owns, and it also depends on the property that he owns. Now Income is what? Income is not only depends on the amount of work he does in 1 day, 1 year, 1 month, but it also depends on the price of factors that he owns, and the property that he owns. So higher the income, higher will be the demand of the goods, higher will be the buying capacity. So for whom to produce in capitalist economy? In capitalist economy, the producers or private individuals are produced only for those consumers who having the buying capacity. Buying capacity is higher income, higher buying capacity. Buying capacity, or we can say purchasing power, is same. Higher demand, and then higher price, and then high profit. Higher the income will lead to high buying capacity, and it will lead to high demand, and it will lead to more and more profits to the individuals. So regarding this, so the question regarding this, deciding for whom to produce, they are going to produce only for those consumers who have having the buying capacity and the higher income level. So now this is the third point. Fourth point is consumption, saving and investment. Consumption, saving and investment. Deciding that we have to consume, save or invest. Okay, now this is the last point. This is point number 4. Now consumption and saving are oftenly done by the consumers or individuals, and investment is done by entrepreneurs. Consumption, saving done by investment, consumers, entrepreneurs. Now, consumption and saving are governed by the rate of interest, consumption and saving are governed by the rate of interest prevailing in the market price, and investment are governed by rate of return on capital. Now, if higher the rate of interest, high will be the consumption and higher will be the saving. And if higher the rate of return or higher the price of the capital, then higher will be the investment and higher will be the profits. If in the market, in the prevailing market price, and those rate of interest is higher, then the savings also have higher than investment. As similarly in the investment, if the rate of return on capital or rate of return on investment is high, then investment also high. So rate of return and rate of interest and rate of return on capital are nothing but the price of capital. By the help of rate of interest and rate of return on capital, we have to decide that what we should consume and save and invest. And if we have high rate of interest and high rate of return on capital, then we can determine the price of capital we have to invest in the business or in the market. So these are some central problems which which can be solved in the capitalist economy and by the use of market forces, which are demand and supply. So this is it. How do capitalist economy solve their central problems? I hope you all understand this. And in the next video we are going to discuss about our next economy, which is socialist economy. Till then, bye bye.